Hi guys, JesterArke here in Mordheim Warband Skirmish. Now, just to give you guys a heads up, this is going to be the last little episode we do, for a while at least, on the Jester's Dagger. Now, before we go and look at the camp, you can see on the side, the Jester's Dagger, we've got 914 gold, 416 wordstone, and 780 on our rep thing. Now, if we go into the town crier, and check out the leaderboards, I win. For now, at least, anyway. I noticed it the other day and I was like, oh, that's kind of awesome. Anyway, we're going to go check out the camp and see why I'm why I'm in front. I've played a bit since the last episode, not going to lie. Okay, so we're going to go through them. Bob is now level 16, and as you can see, he's dual pistoling. Ithilmar armor and a champion helm. Volker das Blut. Still got the burger hat. I do want to get him a different one. Oh, actually, that's the one I want. Yes. Or do I want to get that for him? I won't give him that one, actually. Oh, shush, you little noise-makey thing. So Skull Cuirass, Ithilmar Sword, Skull Shield. Our Captain, Christoph. Okay, Volker Swanslayer, who's slowly coming up as our backup swordsman. Stefan with his big gun. He's cool. He actually gets 2 shots as long as he doesn't move. Okay. This Christoph, the marksman, I'm training him up to... I want him also using a gun. I'm going to be equipping him eventually with the repeater handgun, though not yet. There's a few other skills that I want him to get. He's going to stay as a bowman, as is he. They're our 2 newer ones. Who's got what for armor? They're all pretty good. 48, he's already got the thingy. Can we get him a better cuirass? No, not at the moment. Oh yeah, as you can see, we picked up another Volker. Might give him that one. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. He can have the great hat, I believe. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But yeah, overall, they're a pretty decent warband. Now let's go into the town crier and see what missions we can come up with. Okay, you'll notice as well, the Traverdial Smithy and Executioner's Square, and in the proverbial residences. Different descriptions on them. Basically, they are generally the same maps that we've seen already, but they give you a bit more of an idea of the things like the sorts of loot you're going to find. With the smithy, if you find crates, you're probably going to find weapons in them. There is also a brewery where you're probably going to find beer. And it seems Dan's Dandies have actually stepped up. Originally, the Swans of War were number 2 position. I overtook them to take number 1. Now Dan's Dandies have stepped up. So, I want to point out as well, as much as I've taken the piss out of the Swans of War. The reason I've been doing so is purely because they have shown up constantly as my opponent. And the reason for that being, at the time, they were the warband most, I guess, on par size and equipment-wise with what the Daggers had at the time. And I'm going to say now, if they had been controlled by an actual person as opposed to just the AI, I would have gotten my butt handed to me on countless occasions. I don't doubt that. Okay, let's go into the Vertical Residences, where it doesn't tell us what we're going to be up against. Unfortunately, it black screened on me, so let's try somebody else. Pick Vertical Market. And there we go. I have been having a lot more of the lockup issues lately. I'm really not sure why, but yeah. Again, I'm going to point out the game is in a testing phase, so we are going to have those sort of problems cropping up. Also a reminder, if you haven't already, go check out the links. Go sign up and come play the game. So we've got a couple of crates on this map. I don't know what we're going to be able to get out of them though. Or even if we're going to get to them. One of them I should be able to get to at least. So that's where they're coming from. If we're lucky, there's another crate there as well. If we're lucky, they'll take that sort of route, in which case we should be able to get to these other two, but more likely they're going to come through and sort of spread out a bit. Okay, so the two Volkers, our two swordsmen, get to go first. Should be our long rifle next, I believe. Yep. We'll move him up to there for now. Now, our main Volker swordsman person looks Christoph the Archer. He and Bob have got probably the longest movement ranges of all of our people at the moment, I believe. I did have Bob using the triple barrel rifle, but I preferred him as the pistolier. Plus, I tend to use Bob to try and sneak into places. Yeah, I've cut myself off. I used to do that a lot anyway, but I'm finding I'm doing it a heck of a lot more often now that I've got so many people. Did I hear that? Nope. Alright though. Okay, let's move Heinrich around here. Try and get him up onto the second floor of this building. Okay, which way are these guys gonna go? I'm gonna send the Volkers sort of partially up this alley just to try and get the people from the opposite, or get the there we go. Get the opposing models, damn, to come around. I want to at least get one of these crates, I really do. Whether or not that'll happen, we'll find out. I should be able to get a shot off with my rifle, there we go. Okay. And there's one down already. Okay. Might move him to there. So they've got a repeater rifle. It does get 3 shots, which is where it was sort of superfluous for Bob to be the one that had it, because he gets the extra shots. Well, he's taking 3 shots anyway, but where I've got him, he can sort of... He's a bit... I don't know, a bit more geared to sneak around, and the armor he's wearing, he can take a few more hits. So if he does find himself in close combat. Okay. We should be back to the Volkers now. I don't think I will get a crate this level. I should have sent Bob the long way around and taken advantage of his moviness. Oh no, there's another crate just there. Maybe I will. Well, we're going to send him straight through. Now, Volker Dasplut has taken... he has basically picked up the perk that means he doesn't take all alone tests anymore. He's immune to them. He also gets extra hits if he's... or gets an extra attack if he's surrounded by multiple enemies. Okay, he's stunned. Get a shot off on him, nice. Okay, Christoph's ballistic skill I have increased quite considerably, so he's getting pretty shooty. Doesn't miss too often, which is very nice. Volker the Archer and Heinrich, on the other hand, miss more often than not. Yeah, he's in a bad spot. That's alright. He might get a chance to be useful eventually. Now I could send him up to engage, but as I said, I want these crates. I'm not too worried. I need 4 gold out of it anyway. I'm not too worried about him taking a hit. Upcoming skills that I want to give Volker will allow him to attack when people come in or out of a charge as well, or in or out of combat, melee. Bob, on the other hand, does run away, so I've got to increase his leadership, I believe. Okay, so you can see we've got him down to the halfway mark already. So from this point onwards, they could just turn tail and run. Hopefully they won't. At least for another turn. Okay, they'll stick around for one more round at least. So he just got shot with the rifle and took no damage. He also induces fear in people as well, which can cause them to skip their turn, essentially. Let's try and get around to that crate. Pushing my luck a bit here, but... I don't think we got anything from that. That's alright. Another one down. I don't think we'll have another round after this, to be honest. I'd be surprised if we do. Yeah, they've only got 2 people left, I'm pretty sure. 5 gold there. There is one particular map. Hopefully I can find it before I finish this recording. Basically, there's corpses everywhere, and every time you find a corpse, it's got money, it's got multiple weapons, it's got armor, it's got ranged weapons, and usually at least one pouch item as well. It's, yeah, seriously, it is an awesome map to go looting on. Oh, no. Siegfried is going to try and stick with it. Very nice. Out of range of Stefan and the rest of the archers. Or the rest of our ranged troops in general, by the look of it. Which means it's going to come down to Volker, the backup swordsman. To take him out is my guess. Although he may also run away after we finish here. Okay. Is that close enough to get that bag? Yes, it is. And we got a shard out of it. Very nice. And he's all wobbly. Shards be damned. There we go. Okay, did anybody level up? That's the question. Nope. We found a Talab knife. Seriously, they must make so many knives that just go missing, I swear. Now let's go check out the camp. I want to see what items we've got. I would love to get someone some Gromril armor. Realistically, I would probably like to put him in it just to say our captain's the best equipped on the field. Because he's really not at the moment. Leadership 5, defense 8, as opposed to leadership 10, defense 2. Yeah. What hat's Bob in? Yeah, Bob's already got that hat. Okay. Let's bolster the armor of this guy a little bit more by giving him that. Actually, not that, sorry. That one. Bolster his armor and his leadership a tiny bit. And you can see if we put him in the Athilmar armor, he gains an additional movement. Or regains an additional movement, but his defense does go down 10 points. It's sort of a trade-off, I guess, with the Athilmar armor. So... yeah, the only one I would probably... I don't really see a need to give him that extra bit of movement, to be brutally honest. if I was going to put him in anything, like what does he lose by doing it? Only 5 points of armor, and he gains an additional move. No, we won't. We'll leave them as is for now. I really want to try and save up to get that Gromwell armor. I don't think I'll be able to do it this recording though. There you go. The Keep's another new one. The Traverdial Smithy, Executioner Square. Pretty sure everyone, yeah, all the named ones we're going to be up against Dan's Dandies. I like the description on this one. Public executions have always been a great crime deterrent and family entertainment. The more gruesome and cruel, the better. When the disaster struck, a record crowd was gathered here to enjoy the execution of Gunther Griswold, petty thief, condemned to be fed alive to stripper worms. Now it is rumoured to be haunted by those who were tortured and executed here. A little bit of a punctuation issue there, but meh, anyway. Let's try the Smithy against Dan's Dandies. There we go. On the way back from a successful find, we find people. Okay. Usually there's a box. There it is. But often there is only one box I've found on this map. And we have no idea where the enemy's coming from. So let's send Volker this way. Where's their enemy movement going to be? Okay, good, they're coming straight down. That might work in our favour. If we were purely trying to take them out, then it would definitely work in our favour. Basically, what I would generally try and do is send Volker this way, and then up through there, and around. I'm actually going to try and send him straight up and around this building. But yeah, if we were just trying to kill them, I would just line all my archers up there and there, and basically just pick them off as they came down. Excuse me. It is a crazy hot day here today. I've actually got a ice pack tucked down my shirt because it's that hot. And I just splashed on my glasses. Yeah. How embarrassing. Now I've just smudged the lens. That'd be right. I really need to get Archer Volker and Heinrich leveled up. Of course I cut Bob off again. Yeah, at the moment, they're essentially my weakest two links as far as ability to hit's concerned. But I did mention as well, this will be the last episode we do as the Jester's Dagger for a while. In the next episode, what I'm going to be doing is starting up a brand new warband. I'm thinking I'll probably go Middenheimers next. Maybe do... Well, this will be what? The 7th episode of with the Jester's Dagger. But what I might do is maybe do 7 episodes with a Middenheim group. Similar idea to this. I'll play through the first 6 and show you guys them as they... You'll see the warband grow for the first 6 or so episodes, and then I'll do one final, you know, completely decked out sort of video like the one I'm doing here, and maybe follow that up with maybe 7 episodes after that with the Marienburg forces as well. Just sort of an idea at the moment. We will probably revisit the daggers a bit later. Now, one thing that has come up in the sort of the forums about the game is the possibility that we will get a more active PvP down the road. Would be awesome if they could, but obviously there are limitations. It is a mobile game and there is quite a lot to it. So, but I don't know, personally I would love to see an actual active PvP as opposed to this sort of, I don't know, the fact that all the warbands are player created, but they're AI controlled. No, it's, yeah. I don't know, it's going to be a lot more challenging if they can bring direct PvP into it, because there's a lot that you're going to get, that added chaotic factor that you'll get from playing against a person that an AI just can't quite emulate. Sorry, I don't do heat well, so I'm tripping over my words and I'm very tired. Those of you who may or may not remember, I did get a tooth out recently, and it was going great. Like, after the first week and a half or so, I was feeling wonderful, it wasn't hurting anymore, and I was able to start eating something other than custard and jelly. Don't get me wrong, I love custard and jelly, but yeah, now all of a sudden it's anything cold's causing it to flare up. I'm drinking a cold drink at the moment, which is agony, but it's too hot to not. Okay, let's try and... I really want to show you guys what Bob's for. Unfortunately, putting him in the line of fire was not part of that plan. Not directly, anyway. Yeah, Volker the Archer scored a hit. Well, wonders never cease. And of course, Heinrich can't get a shot off. Come on, Volker, you can do it. I believe in you. Run, run. I'm just going to move him to there. He's sort of superfluous this battle. Okay, don't know if you guys saw, that crossbow shot did hit, but didn't do any damage. I think they do need to slow down the bolt and arrow, bolt and bullet shots quite a bit. Oh, he had a few shots up his sleeve. Hopefully it's not enough to get Bob to run away. He is a bit of a wuss. Move Christoph up a little bit. Unfortunately, that's a run, so we won't get to fire a shot afterwards. Okay, Bob. We'll move you into cover. Get you all invisible and stuff. I probably should have moved Volker the second up as well, just to provide some added meat sponginess for Bob. So let's do that. Let's move him around a bit. Can I get him at a walk? I can. Yeah. Generally, I'll try and get Bob to sneak most of the way across the field. If I can get quite a few of the enemies stunned, then it'll also mean Bob's got a better chance of getting up close. Being the pistol user that he is, like, he gets 3 shots, and when they hit, they tend to hit hard, but his range isn't superb, and neither is the accuracy. I need to increase his ballistic skill a bit. Okay. If he moves and then tries to shoot, he still gets 2 shots because of the 2 pistols. If he doesn't move and tries to shoot, he gets 3. Let's move you up as a bit of a distraction. A battle axe, okay. Now we are at the smithy, so we find weapons generally in the crate or crates that we'll find around here. The executioner's square, I should say. So we'll generally find a weapon. Seems to be the case, at least anyway. Smithy tends to be the same, but you'll generally have more than one crate, I believe. Am I getting those two confused? I don't know. I'm sure you get my general gist. I get my general gist. Come on. Obviously, I am dragging this out a bit just to try and... So I'm trying to move Bob into a place where we can show him off a bit. He's not hidden, as you can see, as much as he's in cover. So I probably should have just moved him all the way forwards because they're just going to start peppering him. %48% for Heinrich. I think that's the best percentage shot he's ever had. Oh, I can't quite make it. That's alright. We'll move him to... There should be a little bit of cover here. So there it is. He should be able to charge the crossbowman from there. One of the other reasons I wanted Bob to be the pistolier as opposed to the rifleman is because the pistol can shoot into and out of melee combat. Yeah, the crossbow and bullet fire is just too fast. He was already stunned, now he's just that bit more stunned. And for now he's just out. Okay, let's move Bob forwards to... Can I get him closer? There, nice. So you can see, even though he's moved, he still gets 2 shots. As I said, they're not the greatest accuracy, especially those sort of distances. Where he really comes into his own is if you can sneak him right up to the enemy. What I'll often do, actually on this map in particular, say my people are starting off in the middle here, what I'll generally try and do is move Volker the first swordsman to about there and move Bob to there. Put them both in cover, that way when the enemy comes around the corner, Volker will charge, and then when Bob gets his turn, he'll pump 3 rounds straight into him, and at that sort of range, he generally has a fairly good accuracy. There we go. His weapon skill's getting pretty good as well. I'm trying to get him up to having an additional attack again, so he'll have 3, potentially 4 attacks per turn. I think I still need to I still need to give Stefan the ability to move and shoot. At the moment he can... Yeah, he can't move and shoot with that rifle. And we have victory. Our captain's leveled up. Very nice. So 30 gold and a battle axe. We've had better, but we've also had considerably worse. So let's take a look at Christoph and his skills. Okay, you can see he's now got 2 melee attacks as well. He gets 2 ranged attacks. What avenue am I going to take him down next? He can't use a sword. That's why he's using the Grom Relax. But on the same note, I don't tend to take him into melee combat very often, not if I can help it. Let's up his strength. And basically, I'll do the whole, wounds increase next. Not that we'll see it, because basically, that's where we're going to finish off. So, yeah, that's the Jester's Dagger as it currently stands. I will be continuing to play them, but not on the recordings. So, yeah, I don't know. Once I finish off with the next Warband, as I said, I'll probably do 7 episodes, similar sort of format to what I've done this time around. But once I finish that off, I might come back and we'll see where the Jester's Dagger is at. But for the right now, we're going to finish off. So this is JesterArke, and this is Mordheim Warband Skirmish. Please feel free to hit the buttons of appreciation right down the bottom. Thank you very much for watching. And don't forget, guys, if you haven't already, hit the links up down below and go sign up